Hey yo, what's up? It's Jack, and I just wanted to do a short video on something that was really bothering me that I saw in the Kevin Samuels interview with Brittany Renner, and it is the concept of my truth. She kept saying the phrase over and over, "This is my truth." Okay, she may not be a Christian, and I don't believe she is, but I hear Christians say phrases like that, and you cannot understand Christianity or the Bible if you use those phrases. The reason why is because truth by definition is exclusive, meaning there is only one truth. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me," meaning the way that you come is exclusive. You can only come to know the truth by knowing Jesus. In First John, it says, Jesus Christ is the truth. He is the truth. The truth has a personhood, and that is Jesus Christ. And so when people talk and they say these phrases of, "That's my truth and you have your truth," they don't understand what they're saying. They're just saying, "I'm wrong and you should accept me being wrong." That's not how the world works. If we look at a math equation, 1 plus 1 is always 2, but there's infinite wrong answers to the equation. So when people go around and they say, "Well, I believe this and you have your truth and I have mine," ultimately, there's always a right answer and there's a million plus wrong answers. People don't like that because what it comes down to is we have a sinful nature that does not like to be directed. We don't like the fact, us as humans, we do not like the fact that there's a God that determines how we should live our life. So we make up these phrases like, "You have your way and I have my way," or "Follow your heart." Do you know following your heart is one of the most evil things you can do? It's actually satanic. I've talked about this before. In Jeremiah 17:9, it says, "The heart is evil, deceitful above all things, desperately wicked. Who can know it?" In Genesis, one of the most evil times on the planet was when everybody thought they were doing what was right in their own eyes. When people say, "I gotta do what's right for me." The most evil, wicked time on the planet where God chose to destroy the planet by flood is when everybody said, "I gotta do what's right for me." Let me give y'all some biblical truth. I'm giving y'all a lot of biblical truth right here. You know what Eve was told when she decided to eat the fruit? She said, "Didn't God say this?" Essentially, what Satan told her was, "Well, that's his truth. What about your truth? Why don't you pursue what you want?" That's what he basically said. In the Satanic Bible says, "Do what you want to do." In other words, do what thou wilt. They have it on t-shirts with the pentagram and everything. And people really go on believing that this my truth thing is something that's biblical or something that's right or something that's going to edify your life. It's not. It's detrimental. You can go around thinking that you have your way of doing things and that is somehow separate from God's way. It's going to lead you to happiness or joy or long-lasting satisfaction. It will not. It will not. Let me say something else. There's a sinful nature that men have and a sinful nature that women have. The sinful nature of men is that we want quantity when it comes to sexual promiscuity. We want as many women as we can anytime we want, and we want them to do what we want to do at all times. And if you were to ask a man to follow his heart, he will have multiple sexual partners and live promiscuously and live dangerously. Children all around and not taking care. If that's what a man would do, that's a man's fantasy. Just look at the Quran and what they say heaven will be like for them. 70 virgins and all this nonsense. That is a man's sexual fantasy. For a woman, she has a different sinful nature. That she can just have the top quality man that has every single attribute you could ever want in men to be in one man. She wants him to be the richest, the prince-like, have the most class, have the most prestige, have the most clout, have the cars, provided with this fancy life, also be sensitive and can read her mind, take her out to eat any place she wants, have all the free time in the world, but also be a hard worker and have his own business. Women have a different type of gluttony than men. They have a different type of sinful nature. And if they follow their heart, we see what's happening with that in our society as well. When both people follow their hearts, when both people do what they want to do, when both people have their truth that they live out in their life, we see what's happening now. Because now men are struggling to find a wife, but also, if you really push men, they will say, I don't want to have one sexual partner for the rest of my life. And that's their sinful nature speaking. Women are struggling to find a husband. But if you also ask them, they will say, I don't want to settle down with a man that's on my level. I don't want to settle. I'm not going to settle for a guy that has good character. I want him to be rich. I want him to be a baller. I want him to go out and buy me nice things. I want to take trips across the world. They want all those things, and they're not letting go of their truth, right? And because of that, and they're not following the truth, how God had for you to live, they're never finding any truth in their life. And their life is full of lies. Look at social media. Everybody's trying to attain something, and none of them are reaching it. You ever wonder how these people's lives are who post their little butt pictures and get millions and millions of views? All you got to do is press search on Instagram. You're going to see about 1,000 of them. How much truth is in their lives? How many people are telling them the truth? Look at the comment section. How many people are telling them the truth? Not their truth, the lie. How many people are really telling them, hey, sis, what you're doing is not going to get you a quality man. What you're doing is not going to edify your life. How many people are really their friends telling the truth? I see none. Sometimes when I get on there and I comment something, not necessarily on the booty pictures, because I try to stay away from that. But if I comment on somebody who says something stupid, guess what happens? They will shut you down. They will block you. They will unfriend you because they have their truth. And you can't interrupt their truth, right? The reality is there is the truth. And it doesn't answer to anybody else. It is exclusive. And it is the only right way.